have 12 separate Excel files here, one for every month of the year. Every month I receive these and I have to add them into the year-to-date financial analysis file. Now the manual way to do this is to open every file and copy and paste the data into one master spreadsheet. That works, but every month you have to do the same process over again. I'm a CPA and I'm going to show you in this video how to combine all of these files using Power Query. Once it's set up, adding the next month is as simple as dropping another file into this folder and pressing refresh in Excel. No copy and pasting, no formulas, and no human error. We'll turn these 12 files into this one table containing 8,400 rows. That's 12 files of 700 data rows each month. And then we'll add a 13th file to the folder and press refresh all, and the file will refresh automatically and we'll see the data in here. I have one file for each month from January to December 2025. Every file contains 700 sales transactions. The column structure is the same in each file, from invoice date to invoice number, then the customer details, then the product details, and then the sale details. The values and the row counts can be different in each file, but the column structure has to be consistent. This is important because Power Query is going to take the rows from each file and stack them underneath each other. So technically this is like an append rather than a database style merge. We're combining files that contain the same type of data. So firstly we'll close the files. Make sure all your files are closed before you start. You have to start with a blank workbook and then get data. And then we're going to get the data from a folder. This is the folder with all of the 12 files, and I'm going to press open. Now here you can see those 12 files of sales data in that folder, and it's showing you some metadata about each file. At this stage, Power Query hasn't done anything. It hasn't opened or combined the files. It's simply showing us what's in the folder. To combine the files, we're going to press combine and transform data. Now Power Query is going to use one workbook as a sample to understand the structure of every workbook. Because every file has the same layout, it only needs to apply the transformation steps once. So it's now showing us a sample selection. And we're going to select the object containing the data, which is our sales data. And now you can see it's giving us a preview of the first one it found. You can scroll over and see that it has all the columns that we were expecting from the file. Now we press OK. So Power Query has now created the combined query. Here on the left, it's also created some supporting queries automatically. There's a sample file and a transformation function. You normally don't need to edit these. It's just Power Query working in the background to create the combined file. Now we have all of our columns here from the files. It's also added a new one called source name. Now what this is doing is showing the file that the rows of the data are coming from. So if you click on this arrow, and you might have to load more, we'll now see all of our files from that folder that it's brought in and it's combined into this one query. You could delete this, you could right click and remove, but I actually like to keep it just as a check if we need to trace back an error in the source file. Now as you can see, we have our invoice date right down to our sales data. Now our invoice date is for some reason a number, so I'm just going to create that into a date. Add a new step. Now we have our dates. So we have a January date in our January file. We just do a quick check of our other columns, and we'll also change our discount percentage to a percentage. All of our other numeric columns are numeric data types. If you need to change them, you just click on here and choose the one you want. The one thing I'm going to do to our source name is just take off the end of this name of the file. So you do that by right click and replace values. And I'm going to ask Power Query to take off the .xlsx at the end of each name and replace it with nothing. And now it just looks a bit neater. It's just taken off at the end of all the names. I'm also going to change the name to combined sales data. Now I think that's all the transformations I want to make. So we press close and load. So what Power Query's done is it's combined all of our files into the one file. Now you can see down here, I've counted the number of rows in column A. It's now 8,400. That's our 12 times 700. It's brought in all of our months, and we can click down on our date and now see in 2025 we have every month from all 12 files combined. And it's the same all the way down to the end of the file. So how easy was that? Now that's been a lot quicker than copying and pasting all of our files, but the best thing is that we load new data and the same thing will happen automatically, and it will add in the new data whenever we need to. Now I've been sent the January 2026 file of the sales data. As you can see, It's another 700 rows and it's the same columns. Really important, always make sure it's the same columns. Now what I'm going to do is close this file and go back into my folders. I'm going to copy this into the original folder, which is connected to Power Query. So with my 2025 files, I'm going to paste in 2026, January 2026 sales. You don't have to close Excel or Power Query. With that file in the folder that this file is connected to, all I have to do is go to the Data tab and press Refresh All. Now it's running the query and it's refreshed the data. And now, if we click on Invoice Date, we now have January 2026 data. If we go down to the bottom, we can see our whole month of January is in here. All I had to do was put the file in the correct folder, link to this file and press Refresh All, and it automatically brings in everything in that folder. Now there's real benefits doing this. Not only does it take less time than copying and pasting, it reduces the risks of mistakes. Manual copying and pasting, you can miss columns, you can miss rows, you can have incomplete data. And the best thing is this is repeatable. With every new file, you just press refresh, it automatically brings in the data and it's in exactly the same structure of the current table that you already have. So there's 3 rules I recommend when using this method. Rule 1, make sure your column structure is consistent. So for example, make sure even the headings are the same. Don't call one column net sales and one column revenue in another file. It can be handled differently by Power Query. Rule 2 is keep unrelated files out of the folder you're connecting it to. A clean folder with just the data you need is all you want. Rule 3 is avoid manually adding totals and headings. The data should just have a clean heading, which is all the same throughout all the files, followed by the data. Anything extra can lead to breaks in the transformation and you won't have a clean data output at the end. This technique is fantastic for any reports you get on a consistent basis in a consistent format. So weekly sales reports, monthly sales reports, payroll files, or general ledger extracts. It can also work with CSV files as well as Excel. But the principle is the same. Keep the files in one control folder and make sure they're all the same format. Then connect Power Query to the folder and refresh to get the combined result. So you now have one combined Excel table connecting. Currently we have 13 monthly files that it's consolidated. In February 2026 would just be a matter of copying it into that folder and pressing refresh all again. In the next Power Query video, I'll show you how to clean inconsistent or badly formatted Excel data before using it in a financial report. If you'd like to learn skills like this, I release videos every week. Please subscribe. I want to help financial professionals become better data professionals, and I'll see you in the next one.